How you use the iPhone or say any Apple device is about to change. The unthinkable has finally happened as Apple has opened up, or should we say has been arm twisted to open up its ecosystem in ways previously unthinkable. So according to the latest laws and regulations being implemented by the European Union under the Digital Markets Act, Apple must allow third parties to interoperate with their systems in some instances. And these instances include how an iPhone user in the EU will decide how they want to pay for a service, how they want to install a third party app, or how they want to choose their own default browser and so on. Also note that the companies that don't comply with these laws and regulations of the DMA will have to pay a hefty fine of 10% of their annual worldwide turnover. And I'm sure Apple as a company wouldn't want to pay such a hefty fine. And also on the other hand, Apple wouldn't want to lose out on a key market such as the European Union just by not abiding by the laws. So what are these new changes that are coming to iPhone users in the European Union? Well, I list 5 of them that you need to know. Hello everyone, I'm Mani of Fiber by India Today, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then hit that red subscribe button and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. So gone are the days when Apple users had to exclusively download apps from the App Store, but now third-party apps and websites will allow users to download apps from their services just like you do so on an Android smartphone. And I think this is a brilliant move because it opens room for more competition, and in return maybe the app prices will also go down on competing platforms. Let's see. Now, similar to using third-party platforms for downloading apps, developers will now be able to use their own payment services or links for in-app purchases and subscriptions, totally bypassing Apple's own payment conditions. So for instance, anyone who wants to renew their Netflix subscription will be able to do so within the Netflix app, rather than going to the App Store and then paying via Apple's own channel. Now, another great news for iPhone users in the EU is that Apple will now allow third-party developers to access the tap to pay functionality on an iPhone. This means people living in Europe will be able to use their own payment service of choice via NFC rather than using Apple Pay. EU citizens will also be able to set their default browser on an iPhone or an iPad. So up until now, you can always use Chrome, Safari, Edge, or Opera Mini. But the default browser has always been a Safari on an iOS device. But now people will be able to change their default browser. They can set it to Chrome or Edge or whatever they fancy. So no longer they have to set Safari as their default browser on an iOS device. Finally, in some light news, Fortnite is making a long-awaited return to the iOS platform. So everyone knows about the big fight between Epic Games and Apple, but amid all of this, the good news for European gamers is that Fortnite is finally returning to iOS. Of course, this is not happening immediately, but granted that both parties, Apple and Epic Games, are working on a solution, in no time, European gamers should expect to see Fortnite on their beloved iOS devices. But yes, there you have it, folks. These are the 5 big changes coming to iPhone users living in the European Union. Of course, note that these changes will be implemented in March of 2024, and again, these changes are only and only for the European Union. And I don't know, don't expect Apple to make such sort of laws and changes or regulations for people living in other countries, but never say never. But what are your thoughts on the situation? Let me know everything in the comments. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.